Hi, and welcome to this training. My name is Dave Ives, and I want to walk you through now how to get started in regarding to building your business from a foundational point of view. You would have been welcomed, you would have been orientated. We call that onboarding, gone through your getting started training. And one of those areas that you would have been shown is your user information. And so I want to walk you through how to find your business centers and how to build in your first few months. So let me go ahead and share my screen. We're going to log into the back office. So I want you to be able to see where you will find this information. So once you've logged into your back office, you're going to scroll down to user information. And once you've found your user information, over to the right-hand side, you'll see that you have a default income center called 001. Well, now your partner ID will be whatever it may be, /001. That is your primary position business center that you will be building. You'll see here that the default placement is balance build. And I just want to drop that down. You can see build left and build right. What you want to make sure is that you leave it on balance build until you take counsel, some guidance from the active upline that understands the strategy on helping you get through your first few months in the business. So the next thing I want to do is I want to stop sharing and I want to share my whiteboard and draw out a few scenarios for you, because it's important to understand why building a balanced business is vitally important for you to be able to move, one, through the compensation plan, two, to be able to be in a position where you can maximize the remuneration of your weekly cycles. So let's go ahead and share my screen. And we're going to take someone who's a brand new partner. That is possibly you who's watching this training today. So put yourself in this circle. So here we are. You've just enrolled, and your enroller, your team have walked you through your onboarding through the One Mondo getting started. The documents are all in the One Mondo Facebook page. If you've not been added into that community, then I'd strongly ask you to ask your sponsor to add you to that, because that's a community that you'll see the support, where we welcome, acknowledge, where you can learn, where you can be guided and learn from other success stories. But also under files, you'll have many documents, one of those being your business launch document, which we actually call our onboarding process of getting you going through your getting started training. So here you are, you've gone through your getting started training. And so the first thing is we obviously clearly want to do is we want to help you go through your first 30 to 60 days to help you achieve all your fast start bonuses. Those bonuses obviously will remunerate you quite significantly, several hundred. Now, depending what currency you're in, I'm going to keep it into pounds, several £100 of commissions that you can earn as fast start bonuses that will, if you enrolled in the ultimate pack, will give you nearly 80% of your initial investment returned in the first 30 to 60 days. So once you've gone through the onboarding, your partner enroller has explained what fast start bonuses are, the Smart Bronze, the Fast Silver, and the X-Team Express. Then it's understanding why building balance is important, because that will help you to structure your business. Now, it will never always remain balanced, because your business can develop quite significantly by your maybe being gifted some people into your business. And I'll explain how that can possibly happen. Maybe someone that you enrolls another who has a real desire to build fast, and they go ahead and take absolute accountability and responsibility for their business, and they just go build it quite fast. And you start to see that organization develop faster than you may be building your other organization. So let's go through a couple of scenarios. So we want to help you build a balanced business. And the way to do that is create the habits from day one. So here we're going to show you a couple of scenarios. So here we are. We know that Smart Bronze is for subscriptions. Fast Silver is 375 balance credits in your first 30 days. Now, one of the best ways to do that is very simply, you make a list with your sponsor. You start to invite others to see the products, the business opportunity, but you work together with your enroller. And so through that list of invites, of having them look at some of our short videos, inviting them to a three-way call, using some of the business presentations that are scheduled throughout the week that you can invite them to take a second look, you have someone who says, I'm keen to get started. And they come in. Now, the first thing you want to understand is that every one of us is part of somebody else's business. Now, depending where they place us, they have a left team and a right team. So let's say for this example, that this person, that's you, are enrolled by your connection, friend, colleague, and they place you in their right leg, in the right team. You can call it a leg, you can call it a team, call it what you will, but they place you in the right side of their business. Well, that then you, as your business starts to develop, your first person will be placed in the what you would now call your team leg, because that's the side you were placed. So we all contribute to the same side with our first person that we bring in. So that person is called A. And what is A going to do? A is now going to make a list, learn to invite, and guess what? Their first person they bring in, they put in their right side. At the same time, you're still inviting people to look at the business, take a second look, a three-way call, attend a business presentation, and your next person's going to go into your left team. What is C going to do? C is going to make a list, learn to invite, and again, all the time, these new people are onboarded with the business launch document, which we call onboarding. So duplication starts to happen. We teach C that C is in the left of their enroller. So what does C do when C brings in their first person? They will put them into the left side. And then their next person will go in the right side. And the same if we go back to A, their next person comes into the other side. So we start to build alternate sides, balanced, left, right, right, left, depending on which side that you were placed in your initial position. Then this is what can happen rapidly. Maybe your upline has somebody who they're speaking to, and they bless you by putting someone underneath your business. Now, of course, that new person is the responsibility of that person, but they all benefit the team. And the same thing, they're going to make a list. They're going to learn to invite. And they're going to start developing their business. At the same time, though, your next person, because in your first 30 days, you really want to be looking to bring in 3 to 4 partners. So your next person, although they're personally enrolled by you, will go into the next available spot in the team, providing you are alternating from side to side. So let's call that another personal of yours. So you've actually brought in 3 personals, but your team has many more people in the business. So if we go back to the green individual who's in your business, what are they doing? They're connecting, they're going through their smart bronze, but this is a superstar. They've got influence, they've got connections, they may have had some previous experience. They actually, this is the most important I've seen, they actually engage with the system. They follow the system. They ask questions. What do I do next? How do I do that? Will you do that with me? Rather than try and go and do it on their own, they learn how the franchise works. They learn how to just follow the basic steps, because it's about doing the basic steps consistently over time that will create compound growth. You don't have to be a superstar to know it all, but you can be someone who just learns the basics and does that over again. So this person obviously places their first person in and their second one, and they just are on a roll, and they keep building their business, and they just start to explode. Well, over here, your business is growing and you're excited. You're hitting your fast start bonuses. You're starting to build a team, and it starts to grow and develop. You're helping that person start building their business. But this volume here from this team is exploding. What you can then do, if you go back to your back office where you found under user information, you can then, let's just switch that back, stop sharing, share our back office one more time. You can go to user information, my business, and select left and update it. So what that will do is anybody that you personally brought in, if you don't manually place them to where you want them to be, the computer will place them for you at the end of each weekly cycle. So you can then start, all the people that you personally bring in can be placed. And the best thing to understand is that regardless of what side you are building, that whether you build your right team or your left team, the people you personally bring in, you only want to otherwise counsel first with the active upline who understands the positioning. You only ever want to put your personals in the outside leg. You help this person build here, and you help A build, you help B build, and you can do plans in here, you can do calls in here, and you can help C, and by building under C, a team leg, you help them build volume that motivates them to build their business too. So a very important rule is always, when you bring your personals in, always place them on the outside until counseled otherwise of your two teams, your right and left team, as you are building. So now I want to just create a scenario for you to understand the importance of building a balanced business. Even though one team sometimes will develop faster, you always want to make sure that you understand what happens. So I'm not going to draw a whole organization out, but let's say this is your right team and this is your left team. And let's say this week, this team is so on fire that it creates 5,000 credits. And this team creates 1,000 credits. Well, for those who don't understand at this stage, balanced credits, please get with your sponsor. They'll explain that for you. And also they'll guide you to the compensation plan in your back office where this is explained. But remember, on a weekly basis, every partner can earn team volume commissions, and team volume commissions are calculated on the balanced credits we create via two teams. So even though there's 6,000 credits being generated in your business, you've got 3,000 balanced. Why? We take the lesser volume, we times it by 2, and providing your strong leg has the 2 times the volume, we can use that as balance. So we take 1,000 from here, and we take 2 from here. That leaves 3,000, and you've got 3,000 balanced credits. Next week, this team's volume starts at 0 because it's a sales business, But this business has 3,000 volume banked because you weren't paid on it, but you don't lose it either. So now this team carries on exploding and puts in 9,000 this week. So you've now totally got 12,000 credits being created because you got 3 rolled over from the week before, 9 from this particular week's activity, and this team builds 2,000. So balance again is 2,000 in the lesser leg, times 2 is 4. So we now have 6,000 balance credits. So we can take 4 from this leg, which leaves 8,000 that rolls over. So you can see how at some stage, one of your teams will start developing faster, will start developing more volume that you can use. Now, here's the area you want to be aware of. That in that scenario, even though one of your teams, in this instance, your right team, is growing faster, you always want to stay focused on building both. You can spend more time in the lesser leg. So let's say here, this leg is obviously playing catch up. You want to be looking to spend around 60 to 70% of your time working with these individuals in that business, but 30 to 40% of your time still with your working with these people, but still looking to put a new person in yourself at the bottom. Because if we teach everybody to always be putting people into the team leg, what will happen is the volume will continue to grow. If you don't focus on building both, now one will be stronger than the other. If you decide to spend all your time over here playing catch up because you have a team that's generating volume, if everyone's, remember, the art of this business is duplication. If this is just an example, if this business generated 50,000 credits and you've got it banked, and people are in here developing their businesses and building the team, but they start focusing only 100% of their time building their inside leg, any volume that's been banked is used when you start to build the side volume, and at some stage that volume will be all used up. Now all of a sudden you have to start building that leg again. So if you actually develop the mindset is that you always are building as a team in your left and right, but as one develops faster, as one gets stronger, then you take counsel with the active upline that's building the strategy and ask for their guidance of where do I spend my time? What do I do? Who do I work with? What's the best interest for the team so the team continues to build momentum and volume? And that way, you not only do you move through the compensation plan and start to hit those ranks within the compensation plan, you'll be developing others that come through with you and continue to build volume. So this was just a brief sort of overview to hopefully give you a little understanding the importance of building a balanced business, though sometimes one of your teams, your left or your right, will grow faster, but that's the opportunity to look at that business, now allocate some added percentage of your time, maybe into the lesser leg, to spend there to build, I call it to play catch up. But you never want to not spend time in that leg that is growing fast. Remember, everything's duplication. People do what you do. If they don't see you building through there, then they'll think that all they need to do is build one leg, and we must always be building 2 legs to build a strong team that continues to grow and help one another. That's how you build a balanced business. And further questions you may have, please You're always invited to get back with your sponsor, the team that's supporting you, to help you with any questions you may have on this topic.